push the shit back. He died. Our main guy died. We don't want to recast this shit. He died. Move this shit back. This sets up the next villain. Prioritize this shit.
But they didn't.
May God bless the
Unqualified Gurus podcast. I am Oscar and this is Danny. I am Oscar.
This robot does not let me wrong. Like, I don't miss.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Unqualified Gurus podcast. I am Oscar and this is Danny.
We hit the 30s just like me. Let's go.
You're so old.
That's not, dude.
You're so old.
30s is like, that's the time where you're gripe, you know?
Yes, that's tiernito.
Hey, you're not allowed to talk until we talk to you.
Yeah, you're not into...
Yeah, shut up.
Has he ever talked to you like... Has he ever talked to you like that?
He's like, yeah.
Well,
I'm just kidding, you guys. Welcome back, Ricardo, the construction doctor guru. What are we calling you today? Are you our sports analyst guru? Are you what?
Just Ricardo.
Just Ricardo.
No,
Or white dad.
Mr. Maldonado.
White dad guru. Oh. Husband guru.
I throw bands, yes.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
True, that is
or
true.
that used to be my whole life. No more bands.
No.
Do you used to wear rings before you got married? Has that cost you to get used to it?
He lost his ring like the first week after he got married.
I lost it the first week that I got married.
Wow.
Like, literally fucking a couple days later.
Did you get in trouble for that?
No, he found it right.
I found it.
Oh, okay.
I went to go play basketball in JC in front of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's... Each corner has like a beam or whatever. And the beam is weird. You can put your phone and your... So I'm used to always... As soon as I finish playing, grab my right pocket, which is my phone. Right back pocket, which is my wallet.
Keys.
And left is keys.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man.
Same. You always got to do the pat down.
So I went home.
And the holster.
And the beer, yeah. I always carry a beer. I always stay strapped.
Okay.
So I went home.
Yeah.
I had just finished playing basketball. I took a shower. I went to the living room. I was like, it feels weird. Grab my ring. So I think there's probably like 4 lights before I get to JC because I live on the east side over there by like C King area. I put my emergency lights and I ran through all the red lights. It was literally an emergency. I was like, I'm like Googling like,
she's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I was like, what's the shortest wedding? I was like, she's gonna file for a divorce. Like she's gonna beat my ass. Like fuck. So I'm like hauling ass.
While Googling.
Yeah, I promise you. I'm like, okay. If I get it, I'm doing 10 Hail Marys after this. I'll change my life. I'll change my wicked ways. So I'm driving. I can't stress how I was fucking scared. I was scared. I was like, fuck. I still haven't finished paying the ring. And I'm like, fuck, I still haven't finished paying the ring. And I already lost it. Like, I'm shitting bricks. Like, I was scared. Yeah. And
did you tell her or until afterwards?
While I was driving over there,
right now.
While I was driving there, I'm like, okay, if I do find it, I'm going to tell her. And it's going to be a funny joke. Like, he just got married and almost lost his ring. I was like, what if the ring's not there? Like, I'm not prepared for it. Well, luckily, I was in my hood, JC. And the gangs respected my ring, so they left it there.
They left it there.
JC's like the peacefulest place in Houston. There's like no gangs. But yeah, luckily for my marriage sake, my ring was there.
Yeah, I mean,
did you do your 10 Hail Marys?
I did. But I was really freaking scared. I was scared.
But you haven't changed your wicked ways.
Well, so now I think
that's this episode's title.
Wicked ways.
I did something. I don't remember what I did, but I left my ring at home. And, dude, since the wedding, I've worn my ring. And that one day that I didn't wear it, dude, it felt so weird. It was like, damn, like my...
So you got used to it that quick?
I got used to it so quick because it's just like a routine. Like now, instead of 1, 2, 3, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 4.
And he said
That's
1,
cute.
2.
He's
he
just
said
saying
1.
that because Yudi's here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we know that.
Yeah,
You can't. You guys can't see it because the camera's on the right, but he's winking at us as he says that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Nah,
cool.
but dude, whenever you told me that, I thought that was so funny because
So I ended up-
did not take long at all.
When I found it, I put it on a snap and I sent it to all my friends, and they all fucking laughed and gave me hell. Like, you're an idiot. I was like, you're telling me something new.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm an idiot. I
He's
screwed
like,
up.
you think that hurts? I know that.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, how did we get to this?
I have no idea. We just said don't. Oh, we just said don't talk because he hasn't been introduced, and somehow we derailed into that.
Oh, well, Tony's gone, so now we can finally say what we've been
Now we can
thinking
have
the
fun.
entire time.
Now we can have fun.
Yeah, we can have fun.
Now the show starts.
Well, we left the last episode off with talking about a lot of sports.
Yeah, we did. Some funny and some not so funny.
Yeah,
stuff.
we're not really big sports fans here. You know, you are. You know, so how'd you feel about the Super Bowl?
It was a good game.
Who are you rooting for?
Rihanna.
Rihanna, yeah.
I was rooting for
She laughed.
7-3 on the first quarter, 7-3 on the second. We do
Shut
the
up.
quinelas.
What's that
We do the
matter to me?
quinelas. So we bought a square. It was $200, and I don't know if y'all saw the game, but they missed the field goal, and it hit like the post. We
Had better things to do.
lost $2,000 because of that one play. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
2,000.
2,000 with 200.
God, so it was like 10 of you.
So my dad was like, "You fucking idiot! You get paid professionally, and you're gonna miss that." Like, and my dad was pissed.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I was pissed too because that was a grand for me because we went half. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well,
It's a pretty
so
lame
it's
way
safe
to
to say,
lose it.
so you weren't rooting for the Chiefs?
I was rooting for that score so I can win. the-
Oh, so you were going based off
Yeah,
just
yeah.
scores? Gotcha.
I didn't care. It was a good game.
Okay, well, thank you for
What
reporting.
about the World Cup? Because you
World
weren't. You watch it too?
Huh?
We not spoken to him since then.
Not in the podcast.
No, because the Mexico actually played against Argentina the day of the wedding.
Oh, you're right.
That's right.
So I had my degenerate groomsmen in mass
I took a picture of that.
at a religious ceremony watching the Mexico and Argentina
Everybody
game.
just like
yeah.
Yeah, I would be like, oh shit.
And the priest would look at him like,
And the priest,
he's like
yeah.
oh shit, yeah,
That's
you're right.
good.
Wow,
I
it's
forgot
been that
about that.
long too,
Wow. Well, December. It was December, right?
dude.
Right.
Where were the
November, it was November.
It was in November?
The World Cup started.
The
I
wedding.
think the wedding was
November.
November 26th.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
about to go into March.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow's the last
It's
day
been,
of
it's
February.
been a while. Huh?
Dude, time's flying by so quick. It sucks, and I just feel myself getting older. I'm almost 30.
You're like, I'm almost old as you.
Yeah, I'm about to
So
die.
you turned 30 this year?
Last year.
Last year. So you turned 31 this year.
Yes.
Okay. You're older than me by a year. Turned 30 this year.
Oh, you're not even 30?
You're turning 30 this year.
Am I?
I thought he was like
Wife?
50 or
Wife?
something. Wife.
Fact check me. Do you have my birth certificate?
I turned 29 this year.
Okay, so I turned 30. Yeah, I was 93.
Yeah.
Oh, 93, yeah.
Esteban turns 30 this year.
That's about my age?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow,
Yes.
dude, y'all are fucking old.
I
It's just 30. It's not gonna be that big of a deal.
feel fine.
Look, it's just obviously, you know.
Sir, Arturo, the one that we mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, which he's going to listen to, he's a walking fossil.
But he hangs out with nothing but teenagers, so he stays young.
I'm taking a lot of shots at him because I know he's going to watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's having fun. He's having fun, right? Does he leave comments? Leave comments.
He's
No,
probably
no
drinking.
one fucking leaves comments.
Yeah, nobody
assholes.
Because
only,
nothing
only,
but
only the pretty people leave
it's
comments.
because only old people watch the podcast. Apparently.
Yo, I like your shirt. You're
Outsiders music.
repping our boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got new music out. Make sure you check out Pisto and Pisto.
Oh, and Pisto.
Yeah. Well, we have more folders to get through. I don't know. Did you have anything in your folder, Dan?
I had
You wanna get to
a whole
first?
conversation about AI once again.
Oh, okay, let you got it. Do you know anything about AI?
I wanted to ask that question first.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
What are your thoughts of AI? Like based on
What is reality?
what is reality? Well, that's sure we can go there. No, but about AI, based on what you know, what do you have any opinions about AI? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you don't care about it? Like whatever.
What's your relationship with ChatGPT like?
Right.
I don't have.
He's like, I don't have an account.
Yo, I had to force him to get a TikTok. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know jack shit about this.
Yeah, he used to call it Tiki Talk.
Yeah, he did.
TikTok.
And OnlyFans.
Fans only.
Oh my.
See,
goodness.
freaking pervert. You knew what it was. You knew. So, all right, let's get into it.
So let's get into it. Okay, so let me go back to my segment over here while this loads. But basically, I have another thing right there. Okay, let me open this up. So we just start with from number 1. So a major sci-fi magazine halts submissions due to flood of stories written by AI chatbots. So, not only humans are submitting it, but now you have chatbots. So a bot using another bot to generate stories and try to flood, because I'm guessing these stories have to be reviewed by humans. So just imagine if you start to get a bunch of entries by.
Not only, I think a lot of places they pay you if your story makes it too. So
They're trying to.
cheating,
It's kind of like macros in video games. They have the little monitos playing on themselves trying to make money.
Yeah.
So potentially new issue. Bots
I
using
hate
other
this
bots.
so much, dude. It's like literally like the worst things come out of these. Like there's like I'm telling you, where are the good advances, man? Literally everything's used to either like make porn out of celebrities or like to killing jobs. Or freaking like scamming. Like, what the fuck is AI good for?
For content, for the podcast.
Yeah, you're right. That has been good to us. It has been really good to us.
From that same story, because they're trying to put stories. Well, other people, they're not trying to submit stories to the magazine, but they're writing stories.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then publishing them in Amazon.
Yeah.
To sell the story. So he's like, man, you create a story in like maybe a couple of days. You don't have to write it yourself. You just kind of follow the prompts. You put it together and you sell it in Amazon.
Luckily, whenever you ask ChatGPT to help you write a story, it doesn't give you any details. It just gives you like a full outline.
So I don't know what ChatGPT is.
Oh, come on, bro. We got it. We got it.
So Oscar always makes the remark that, I don't know if you have ever seen the commercial, the Geico commercial, like, what do you do, live under a rock?
Even the caveman can do it.
No. Well, one of them was like, what do you do, live under a rock? And the rock is like Squidward's like where the thing he literally lives under a rock. Yeah, I'm not hit like these guys. I'm the sports guru.
So we present to you Chat GPT.
Okay.
Back into the podcast. The Chat
AI guru.
AI guru. That's right.
We love ChatGPT.
So
it's like I'm telling you, it's a love-hate thing. I think ChatGPT, just because of how much content we've gotten out of it, it has a place in my heart.
Has a place in his heart.
Yeah. So let's say you have a nightmare. Can you describe your nightmare to us? Come on, you're really good at coming up on the spot.
No, I really don't have nightmares. I have a good conscience.
Tell us about your wicked times then.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Your wicked ways.
Before you lost the ring, found the ring.
Yeah, before you reevaluated.
Before you ring evaluated.
I've always been a good boy.
You're fucking full of shit.
She's laughing.
I was actually gonna be a priest. I was in the seminar, and then I fell in love with my wife, and I just.
All right, ask ChatGPT to write us a story about a young boy who wanted to be a priest.
Young boy who wanted to be a priest. Do I give more details?
Yeah, of course, more, and
but
until
he met a woman who he fell deeply.
We need conflict into this.
In love
with.
I don't see any conflict.
No.
However,
so you call my love life a conflict?
However, she was a nun.
Did you say conflict? That's his conflict.
We need more conflict than that. Okay. However, she was betrothed to.
However, after he quit the seminary and married her,
his best friend
he lost the
provided
ring.
alcohol and
he lost the wedding ring.
All right, but write a journey of him getting his ring back.
Write a journey of him getting.
Talk about the 5 red lights that I passed.
We have to say please because you never know.
We gotta be nice to it.
Yeah.
We don't want it to hold a grudge against us.
There you go. You want to read this?
Oh,
Mr.
look,
Rick?
it gave him. He
don't
gave
wanna
him a name.
You're Michael.
I don't
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
There once was a young boy named Michael who grew up in a small village in the countryside. Does that sound like you so far, except for the name?
Yeah, pretty much that describes him
This
perfectly.
is creepy.
Ah, this is already
It knows every detail of my life.
from a young age. He was always drawn to the church and found solace in its teachings. As he grew older, Michael decided that he wanted to become a priest and dedicated himself to the studies. Despite facing many challenges and obstacles, Michael never wavered in his devotion to the church. He spent long hours studying the scriptures and helping out in the community. But one day, everything changed when he met a young woman named Sarah. And she's going to be like, who the fuck is Sarah?
Yuri, it automatically generated.
I love how much emotion you threw at it.
This is all fake, Yuri. This is fake.
Earlier he said...
This is pretend. This is pretend.
And like, he doesn't even know what's going on.
Didn't you say earlier you were scared of how much it knew?
This is pretend.
Sarah was beautiful, kind, and had a smile that could light up a room. Michael found himself drawn to her in a way that he had never experienced before. As they spent more time together, Michael realized that he was falling deeply in love with Sarah. At first, Michael tried to ignore his feelings, believing that he could push them aside and continue on his path to become a priest. But the more time he spent with Sarah, the more he realized that he could not imagine his life without her. Eventually, Michael made the difficult decision to leave the seminary and pursue a life with Sarah. They got married in a small ceremony in their village church, and Michael gave Sarah a simple gold ring as a symbol of their love. But one day, disaster struck. While on a walk in the fields, playing basketball,
If only it said that, that'd be amazing.
Dunking on people.
Duncan. Michael realized that he had lost his wedding ring. He searched frantically through the tall grass, but it was nowhere to be found. Distraught, Michael turned to the village priest for advice. The priest suggested that he go on a journey to find his lost ring as a way of reaffirming his commitment
This
to
is
his
like
marriage.
reverse Lord of the Rings.
With a heavy heart, Michael set out on his journey, determined to find his lost ring. He traveled far and wide, talking
He
to
fucking
everyone
abandoned his wife.
he met and scouring every corner of the countryside. Days turned into weeks, and Michael began to lose hope, just as he was driving through the red lights.
Yeah.
But just when he was about to give up, he met an old woman. He's like, who the fuck is that? who lived in a small cottage on the outskirts of the village. Outskirts? No, I'm sorry. She listened patiently as Michael recounted his story, and then reached into a small wooden box and pulled out a simple gold ring. This was left behind by a young couple who passed through here some time ago. She said, handing the ring to Michael, I think it might be yours. Michael recognized the ring immediately, and tears streamed down his face as he slipped it back onto his finger. He knew then that his journey had not just been about finding a lost object, but about rediscovering his commitment to his marriage and to his faith. Returning home.
Now that I think back to that date, there was an OG, an original gangster that said, hey, I think you lost this ring.
He's like, hey, fool, come here.
Hey, fool, I found your ring. Returning home, Michael threw himself back into his work at the church and devoted himself to being the best husband he could be to Sarah. And as he looked down at his wedding ring, he knew that he would never forget the lessons he had learned on his journey.
Now copy this and submit it to Amazon to sell it.
Let's sell it. Yeah.
No. Let me sign my autobiography first, and it'll be worth a little bit more.
Okay, all right, you're right.
I mean, it's my story.
Is it?
Okay.
Who's Sarah?
He's like, it's my son.
But you see how quick it is with it. I the other day I got on it and I was on like, I'm like, I need topics for podcasting and stuff. Gave me like a big list of stuff. I've wrote everything down. Literally, it helps out so much. It's awesome. I love it.
So I just read this, and I thought, how does this work? Well, I imagine, you know how the whole citation and everything, or whatever you write an essay for school.
Like plagiarism?
Yeah, this is
You
perfect.
Can talk into it, even if there's no, you can actually hear you.
You can use this as a.
That's one of the problems going on right now.
You just put it in your own words, but hey,
You don't even have to.
That is a big issue. Like
right now,
like we've been discussing, like all the AI stuff going on online. That's one of them.
And we will continue.
Sorry
subscribe.
guys, I'm one of the issues. I faked it, so I made it. So.
Oh, you're the creator of AI.
You faked it till ChatGPT made it.
Wow.
All right then. Well, what was the folders?
This story, basically, it's a guy who's super proud. He said, he made it possible. He just used ChatGPT as a tool. That's the story.
I hate when they say that.
But I want to read what the story is about, Oscar,
right,
because you're gonna get triggered. In this edition, Sammy the squirrel, crudely rendered also using AI, learns from his forest friends about saving money after happening upon a gold coin. He crafts an acorn-shaped piggy bank, invests in an acorn trading business, and hopes to one day buy an acorn grinding stone. Sammy becomes the wealthiest squirrel in the forest, the envy of his friends, and the forest started prospering, according to the book.
We wrote a story about little critters with ChatGPT.
Exactly.
He stole our idea.
He stole it.
Not only that, there's a trading company named Acorn that what the fuck is not even original at all.
They copied us.
And Acorn.
So when I read this, I was like, "What the?" I felt like I was
like Rusty.
Rusty. What the fuck? But anyway,
God,
I see this,
hate these people
and I'm
so
like
much.
following the story, and it's somebody like narrating, probably what's called the
voice
voice of
AI.
God.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's like saying this story, and
Hey,
these
do
squirrels
your best
going through
impression.
this.
Do your
No,
impression.
and the squirrels are doing their story, and they're like. And it's Morgan Freeman's like, and he found, and the squirrel's like, and when they're talking mess about the guy that made it, they're like.
Well, speaking of that, there's AI now that fakes someone's voice to actually say things. So they could use your voice to tell the story.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
And it sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, so if you ever hear anything online that sounds crazy, they'll be like, what? The guys really say this? No, it was AI.
It would say AI.
I bring it back to sports. There is a publication, I think it's called like Ball Sack Sports or some shit like that. I think that's the name of it or whatever. And they write these ridiculous quotes and they put on the bottom like real athletes. And obviously they don't say those things, but it's like it's gotten to a point where ESPN has reported on it. It's like, dude,
satire.
Yeah, like they didn't fact check it. Like right now, it's who gets the content first.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's who provides it first. Right. So it's really funny when they get tricked and they get ball sacked. So,
Ball sack.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I get that. Yeah, that's true. Well, there's another story, Oscar.
Yeah.
A viral Instagram photographer has a confession. His photos are AI generated.
Those are obviously AI generated.
He got over 1,000 followers before he confessed.
Yeah, but those any real photographer would have told you that that's fake.
My Instagram account has blown up to nearly 12K followers since October. More than I expected, he wrote, when he first reached out to Ars Technica in January, because it is where I post AI-generated human finish portraits. Probably 95% of the followers don't realize I would like to come clean. Can he come clean? What can he do to come clean? He already got the followers.
He's not doing anything bad. He's not selling anything. This was like probably one of the most harmless ones. What I gotta say, the 95% of the people who can't catch that's fake are fucking dumb.
So I'm a part of that 95%.
You thought those were real?
But on Sunday when I had Oscar's bag with the lenses,
you would have gotten it right.
I would have got it. I was like, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah. I like the camera wasn't even in the bag. It just had lenses.
Placebo effect.
Yeah.
Well, then we have some okay news. Okay.
We never get okay news.
They have laid off some robots. Okay.
Yeah, finally.
I mean, they laid off some
humans.
They laid off some humans too, but they laid off some robots. So equality, everybody.
So when they get fired, do they file for unemployment or do they like drink like, oh man, this life is hard?
Yeah.
I don't think they've gotten that clever yet. We'll see if it goes. But yeah, these are some of the AI stories I had.
Okay,
and
so
I wanted to ask Rick as a construction doctor guru, because there was that Boston Dynamics. They had created an actual robot to help people in construction. Like you could tell, hey, bring me my equipment, and it'll just go and grab it for you. So
it's really funny because you can't turn around normally, so he hops and turns around.
Yeah.
So technology, well, not AI, but technology as a whole, like helps my sector of the work, right? So when people start working on bridges and you have to get lifts, you got to get a barge, like if it's on a river or whatever. Now you have drones. They're taking pictures. If there's a leak, If there's any kind of thing, hey, you got to rent a scaffold for a human to do it. Or you can get a drone to videotape and look to see where the problem is at.
Yeah.
I think when I was in school, they said that it was transitioning, but eventually it caused accidents. So first, there used to be like drawings of a building, and these drawings go a couple hundred of how the building is going to be built, you know? A couple hundred for electrical, a couple hundred. It's a lot of drawings. So now everything is on your tablet. So it's a lot easier. You don't have to go back to the office to see what exactly do I have to do on this wall, right? So when we were in school, I heard somebody make the comment that they're doing like safety glasses that is like a VR.
That's what I do.
Which is cool. But then it was a safety hazard because they're walking and they're looking at the prints, but they're not looking at what's below, and it's a tripping hazard.
Yeah. So I can probably share a little bit because we did something like that, and one of the other potential issues is that we had like part of my work where I work is augmented reality, and you tell like people what to do.
You know what reality is?
You know what reality is?
Hold on. Before we keep going, Miller Lite, please sponsor me because I drink a lot.
Yeah.
And
I told
also
you,
sponsor Qualified Gurus.
You converted me into the Miller Lite.
You're a faithful young man.
Thank you.
I like Miller Lite.
No, you were the Bud Light king, bro.
I just drank one.
No, we will never forget that moment.
Oh yeah, I mean it
That's
was
probably
funny.
like one of the best moments of the podcast.
It was that's debatable.
I think probably the best moment of the podcast was whenever I turned you guys into girls.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, and you guys caught y'all off guard.
That was hilarious.
And also, if the bird one wouldn't have crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was not bad either.
Dude, I used to put a lot of work into my jokes. I need to step it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, might come natural.
But yeah, so like I was saying with the AR, another safety hazard is when you put like menus in front of the user and they're trying to touch the menu, and the menu might overlay something. You need to be careful because what if they go, oh, I need to click here, and they touch something.
The self-destruct button.
Well, in the augmented reality, they'll touch the virtual button.
Yeah.
But what if in real life it's like kind of like I don't know, in a place where you're not supposed to put your finger, like the electrical outlet or something, and you go, eh.
Or somebody's stomach and they go, why doesn't it work?
Doesn't it work? That makes sense. But yeah, so no, that's cool. I mean, but obviously with AI, as we mentioned, I think it's so new. So right now, no one's used to it.
It's raw.
Yes, I guess no one's used to it. So it's gonna as it's used, people are just gonna trying to use it for nefarious ways.
So, and this isn't AI, this is just technology-wise, right? So, back to the sports. When I was young, I used to go to work with my dad. Since I was, like, in elementary, my dad was like, hey, I'd rather you be with me than be home playing video games. Or when I started growing
Smoking
up, like,
crack and
yeah,
shit.
doing
Like,
whatever. Like, I want you to be with me. So I was like, all right, whatever. And I remember when I was in elementary, I was a big Astros fan. They had never won anything, but my family is a big baseball family, right? My dad would give me 50 cents, and I would buy the Houston Chronicle every single day. I can tell you every single player. I can tell you who was leading with hits, who was the best pitcher from the Astros, how many games they were in first place or in second place, or how many were they behind. I didn't grow up with cable. We had basic channel, and the games weren't on basic channel. And man, I loved it, you know. Eventually, the Houston Chronicle started doing 75 cents, and my dad would buy it every other day. 75 cents still isn't much, but it was my dad like,
yeah.
you went up a quarter.
You
Yeah,
get that
you went up
quarter
a
from
quarter.
me.
So I think eventually it went like $1.25 or whatever. So we stopped doing it. Now I can tell you who Monterrey plays next, who the Astros play next, who they contract on my phone. And
You say 50 cents every day.
yeah. And my dad,
I don't know, the phone bill is a lot more expensive than freaking 50 cents a day.
and my dad and my uncle, well, you find it up, look it up online. I'm like, no, screw this. You look it up online. Well, we don't know how to use technology. dude, you literally just told me who the Astros played, not because you saw it, but because le buscaste la manera to see on your phone who they play. So they pick and choose. But what I'm getting at is, back then it was on a newspaper. Now in a matter of seconds, I can tell you where we're at. Which back then I had to get stats, go to the corner store, give my 50 cents. A young Rick, here, mister. Gee Willikers, they were in first place. A young Rick.
Let me add something to what he said. I think that might be a benefit of ChatGPT. Because right now, with a lot of remote work and a lot of online communication, sometimes there's a lot of miscommunication. Like people might write an email, misspell something, or just not come across exactly how they intended. With like ChatGPT, they could make sure that the whole message is written properly, that it makes sense. So it kind of levels everyone to be able to communicate at a reasonable
Don't you
way.
remember we said that
realtors.
the realtors
The
are
realtors.
using it to like formulate like their responses, because they're all like, instead of like putting in the brain work, they're all like, ChatGPT, how can I reply to these people?
Now, of course, the problem comes with the people that don't know it. They get behind because it's a tool that if everyone has it, whoever doesn't have it.
As long as it's not paywalled, I think
Well,
it's good.
there will always be, I think, if they want to streamline this, there will always be a free version. But
Yeah.
of course, there's going to be a paid version.
Well, if it's
Always.
gonna be like Windows main like Edge source thing, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be free.
No, I mean, but
Yeah.
I know, but there's always going to be, this version of ChatGPT was trained with these other articles that are more, prestigious and everything. So you have to pay for that subscription or something like that.
So
There's always going to be stuff like that.
The comment that you just made, you either adapt to it or you fall behind. Like my degree, my field, my industry is construction. There is a transition between old heads, older superintendents, because I'm a superintendent, that are used to the drawings in front of them.
Yeah.
That to reply to something, these guys know construction because they were teenagers. They're like 50, 60 years old. They've been in the industry for 30, 40 plus years. And then they can't send an email. Or they can't ask the architect a question, which back then it was like, hey, they just picked up the phone and say, hey, what do we do here? Now, to cover your end, you have to have it in document because that's the whole lawsuits, right? But it's still a lot of young people that don't know about construction. Like, I brought up that my dad used to tell me, like, hey, I'd rather you be with me, right? So I'm not going to tell you that I know everything construction, but I was familiar with it whenever I chose my degree plan. And I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not talking mess, but there was a lot of people that when I went to my first semester of construction management, like, okay, this is construction management. And these guys were green, didn't know anything, like how to use a drill, how to change like a drill bit. And it's like, these guys are replacing the old heads. Like, this is scary. Like, but the comment you made, either you adapt to it, like these older guys, if they're not following this or if they don't learn this, if they go to another company, they don't get hired because of this. So now, like, when I update my resume, I got to put that I'm efficient in
ChatGPT.
And a podcast.
office and podcasts and relationships and social media. Like,
And being a husband.
all of that. Yeah.
I like that. Nah, yeah, for sure. And it just sucks because a lot of, like, with technology advances, a lot of it is good. And, like, with I complain about the AI generated stuff because it's taking jobs. Like, I think a lot of, like, news articles are being written by AI now. So a lot of, like literally, like, journalists and, like, it's more like column writers are being, like losing their jobs.
We'll see how this plays out in the long run. Because I wonder if at some point we'll be like, man, this is AI generated. Fuck this.
Hopefully, but I don't see that happening anytime
Not
soon.
anytime soon. Maybe
so-
like 5 years.
So I wonder if they
We'll
put
see.
something to let you know, like if there's like a lawsuit or a case that makes you,
You have to
once they do the report,
disclose it and stuff.
yeah. So it's like I bring it back to sports. When or anybody in social media, you got the blue check mark, which means that this person is like,
Paid $8 to.
it's a legit person.
not on Twitter.
Well, déjalo, go easy on him. But no, we get what you're saying.
Yeah. No, of course we got it. It was just a joke.
The gist of it, like,
Yeah.
on that, if they put a column or whatever,
I'm
like,
pretty sure
there should be
I'm
something
pretty
that
sure
says, like,
you're absolutely
by
right.
AI.
You're absolutely right. That's probably gonna happen. That's probably gonna happen because whenever you are getting paid to do an ad, you have to put a hashtag ad. Like if you don't disclose it, because you can't be like, oh, they're like he's it's meant to know that someone paid you for it. That's not your honest opinion, you know. So people got sued for that, and now they have to disclose that it's an ad. If not, it goes against regulations and stuff.
Yeah, even on YouTube, I think when you upload the video, it's like,
Yes,
is there an ad in this video?
Yeah.
And then you have to say yes or no, or a promotion.
So when you said ad, I know the Super Bowl was weeks ago, and it's over. I know y'all talked about, or I don't know if y'all talked about it or not.
Talk about the performance. That was it.
No, there was a commercial, which it was a Fire Stick, and it was going to the thing.
Oh,
Oh my
dude,
goodness,
yeah, I saw that.
It pissed
I
me
saw
off.
that.
Like,
Wait, what
You got
was it?
mad?
I got pissed off.
They
I'm
got
like
you.
looking for the control, and
You
it's like
idiot.
I had a whole bunch of kids running in the back. I was like,
only
who the hell has
freaking
the
boomers
control?
fell for that.
They got my ass. They got my ass.
You know that after that happened and stuff like that, they started releasing statistics that after every major game, like domestic violence shoots up because fucking losers can't accept that their team lost. So people online were talking about how you might think it's funny to play a trick like that, but you imagine how many people yelled at their kids, how many people yelled at their wives. And it's just like,
I yelled at kids that weren't even mine. I'm like,
Exactly.
give me the damn control.
Yeah,
Like, what are
yeah,
you doing?
it's just-
Estoy quedando mal with my family.
Yeah. So it's just like people were all like, "Yo, that's fucking like you might not think it's dangerous, but it's fucking
Yo,
dangerous."
they
You
fucking
don't-
got me. I legit. I'm not gonna lie.
You're about to beat you, do you?
I was pissed. I was flipping tables like, where's the remote?
Yeah. Did you hear about that one?
No, I did not hear about
It literally went back like if somebody
To your
pressed
home
menu on the smart TV. So all these dumbass boomers are all like, "Where's the remote?"
And they like, and it's like changing like apps and stuff. And you're like, somebody, what the hell are you looking around? The kids are like playing peacefully over there with cars and toys, and it's like, I look at my cousin, and my cousin, he's an asshole. He plays jokes like that. I'm looking at him. I'm like,
That's the violence.
You're
part.
test me.
Yeah, no, but it was really really depressing after you see the stats that come out
Stupid
with that.
AI.
Why has nothing to do with it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was all bad and everything. But it sucks that the Eagles lost just because of the fact that
Jalen?
the quarterback was from Channelview.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's
everybody
right.
here wanted him to win just because of
I
Channelview.
think it was. I think Mahomes was from Texas. He wasn't from Channelview. We represent the East Side over here.
Yeah.
But it was still Texas.
Yeah.
All right.
At least
Yeah, I
something.
think I saw that. Well,
I have a last little story, if
Okay.
I may. So there was it was kind of funny because have you heard of the game called The Day Before?
can you show me the cover?
So there's a new game coming out, and it just came out not too long ago, but they had to postpone its release. And I'm about to tell you why, but it's basically a zombie apocalypse game. You know,
I'm like, even the font looks like the last.
Yeah,
last was
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
It does.
So
Like a
so
ripoff.
basically all they do is, you can play with a squad. You go and you're scavenging in the city, and if
Yeah.
you come across another squad, you can fight them, take the shit, and you have to take care of because they're zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a funny controversy. This game is called The Day Before.
Yeah.
Well, they got sued for copyright by another company who has that name copyrighted, and it's a calendar app called The Day Before.
Stupid.
And they actually had to
But-
postpone the because they actually have a copyright for The Day Before in like 10
Video
plus
game.
countries.
No, but the thing is, like, they have to copyright it under that, so they copyright it under everything. Then.
I have no idea, but this was like I think a month after the day the Day Before's calendar app
like that.
Nemesis confirms it owns disputed copyright. We would like you to know it's been around for 13 plus years. Now, of course, the people from the game are fighting back because
not
it's
the
like
video
it's a
game.
different category.
Yeah.
But then they're also saying how come none of their lawyers saw that someone already had a copyright, at least in another category?
no,
Because all their lawyers were AI.
No, it's because
They didn't
when
fact check it.
The way copyright works is if you are like infringing on their like rights to make money, right? It's a video game,
Right.
There's no overlap. No one's gonna be all like, that can't be a calendar. There's a video game named like this. No one's gonna ever look at it that way. So that's why people probably thought that there was no big issue. With
Probably
it.
so.
And I
It's
think
just funny that
the only way I think the calendar app could win
They could.
is if they copyright it for entertainment too.
Right. Well,
because,
even
'cause there's categories to things, because if like we're saying like there's no overlap, it makes no sense why you wouldn't be able to, especially something that's common as the day before. It's kind of dumb whenever
Or
like
they
whenever
could win,
LeBron.
they
Do you
could
remember?
win if they boycott calendars.
No, well, first of all, they're on the no.
We're
Because
not
you remember
day to day.
either way, it's a phrase too, which is harder to copyright because LeBron James tried to copyright Taco Tuesday.
really.
Yeah,
You know,
and everyone's like, "You're a fucking moron."
You know, King.
Well, I'm
the-
an MJ fan, so
Oh,
Huh?
screw that fool.
oh,
I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Not
Okay.
okay. No, there's a game developer called King, creators of Candy Crush.
Yeah.
They wanted to copyright the word candy,
Oh, that's
but
so
they failed.
Stupid.
They failed.
It's like Kim Kardashian wanted to copyright kimono, and like that's like a whole other culture you're fucking with, and it's so
Kimono.
stupid. Yeah, because she wanted to do kimono.
Oh,
Yeah.
kimono.
Yeah. Well, idiots. This seems weird. I'd like.
They're
to
still
see,
going to
Yeah,
court.
I'd like to see
Yeah,
how
let's
that
see what
works out
happens.
because I don't think there's no overlap. That should not matter.
Anyways, that was just a little story. So, what would you like to talk about?
I bought expensive concert tickets. We can go to my LA trip.
Let's go. Oh, the
Yeah.
LA trip.
Yeah, so you can just look up the lineup. That's the one that matters.
Okay.
Dude, look at this lineup, man. Like for my Spanish speakers, the headlines are Maná and Los Bukis. It's so fucking incredible. I told my dad, I'm like, I just bought expensive tickets. He's like, are you gonna go see Los Bukis? I'm like, I am. And then I was like, and not only that, Maná is gonna be with them. And then just literally everybody else, like Rey, Camila, freaking Hombres G, and stuff. Like, it's a bunch of like
Yeah.
old rock music.
The bandas are gonna be
and
there.
we have Los Angeles Azules.
Pepe Aguilar is big. Ramon Ayala's big.
Los Angeles Azules.
Yeah.
There's so many. El Recodo's
You got all
there.
the bandas. Yeah, El
Yeah,
Recodo.
it's divided in stages. The red one is like rock and stuff, and then I don't know why Rake wouldn't be on the top one either. But you
Kinda like-
have like
it's kinda
acoustic stuff,
pop.
I guess. Yeah,
Paquita del Barrio.
yeah. They're really
She's
there.
there.
Sold.
Yeah, right there.
Sold.
Right there on the left.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah,
Los Tucanes is
Yeah.
pretty big.
Para que te diga rata inmunda, and you're like,
yeah. And it's gonna be outside the Dodger Stadium, and so
Ooh.
Ooh.
We're in Houston.
we're in
I don't
Houston.
care. I got another one, and I sent this to Esteban, and immediately after he's like, "Are we going?" And I was like, "If we can get tickets, So it's 2 years in a row. Me and Esteban are gonna try to go to the festival. Everybody's like, they better not cancel this one, because when we went to Las Vegas, they canceled our Vegas trip.
What was my remarks?
What do you mean? What'd you say?
That San Andreas fault.
Oh God, yes, he did just say that. He's all like, on the day of this, California is finally gonna drift off into the ocean. They've been saying it forever.
You're gonna get there with the car. No, we missed it.
The festival's still going on,
Yeah,
but it's
it's
just
so
drifting
cute.
away.
Yeah, you're like, no.
You hear the music like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, because everybody says that there's a big earthquake that's gonna come, is gonna split California apart.
If you
And-
do, if it happens, take some dope ass pictures, bro.
Oh, I will.
Take that white lens so you can capture everything.
It's like moving.
I will.
It's like moving like very minimal, very minimal. The day Oscar goes is like, all right, we're gonna start moving faster. Like, let's break off.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for this. It's in December. Me and Esteban are gonna go. Selena and I think Sylvia.
Oh,
Yeah. So
no.
I'm excited. It's gonna be really cool.
Damn.
And I gotta go back to California. Yeah. And let's see
dope.
what else do we got.
Admin Ross. Let's go in order.
It's Aiden. Did I spell it wrong?
It says admin.
Ah, damn it.
Yo
I
no sé.
was in a rush. Yeah, point is, I don't. Hold on, that's for later. You guys here are probably too old. Yeah, I probably have no clue who Aiden Ross is. Right? No, I wish Tony was here. Tony would have probably known. Aiden Ross is like one of the biggest streamers online. Right? He's like, I think he's like 24.
Like Twitch streamer.
Twitch streamer.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
What does he play?
My brother-in-law,
normally?
he would probably know. No.
Who's your brother-in-law?
Gabriel? G baby?
Oh yeah. Nah, I don't think so. I think he's too young for that. Yeah, but his fan base is like 12 to like 16-year-olds.
Okay.
So, but he
How
has.
old is Gabriel?
He's not that old, right? See, how old
How
is he?
old
Like 8? See, I was close. How do you not know that? Yeah, that's why he's my best friend.
He is.
And Adan Ross, being as big as he was gonna have Kanye West on whenever he was going through his shit. And they were saying that if he did that, they could expect like 100,000 people watching it at the exact same time. Like it was gonna be something gigantic, like and it would have done numbers. But he's Jewish, so at the end of the day, they talked him out of doing it.
Okay.
But as of recent, he became really good friends with the top G.
You?
With me, yeah.
Ah.
No, with fucking Andrew Tate. And he started going down this rabbit hole that he's all like, I've been working out every day. He's like, I've been eating healthier. He's all like, and I've been talking to Andrew Tate. He's like, so my life has been getting better. But I've been like, you literally changed your whole routine. You're exercising, you're eating healthier, but you're saying all your life, like all the good stuff happening now are because you're talking to Andrew Tate. And I was all like, take out working out, then let's see if it's still the same thing.
Right.
Well, he went down this rabbit hole. Now he's all like, we're not watching porn anymore. We're not jerking off anymore. We're not.
Sounds miserable.
He's like, we have to cancel the hot tub streams. And before he got super popular, because he used to have models on. He used to do like all this shit, everything that took him to the level that he was. Now he's all like, y'all can't be doing that. You're like, don't you dare fucking jerk off. And then like, I think like the first week he said it, like 4 days in, he's like, you guys have to take accountability. I failed. So he literally went online and announced that bullshit. Well, during whenever
There's a whole month for that.
Oh, yeah. Well, the point is, he ended up catching bans left and right because he started fucking up. Like whenever they banned Andrew Tate everywhere, he was still talking about him. He was like, I'm gonna fly out to Romania to go see him. I don't know if we talked about that.
That about him?
Yeah,
No.
Adan Ross. This is his brother.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
didn't talk about Adan Ross. I don't think so.
Okay, so Adan Ross was like, there are like there's 3 people that were like on his guest list, and he was one of them because he's basically like using them. He's grooming this kid, because he has a big audience of little kids.
How old is he?
Adan Ross?
Yeah.
Like 24.
Okay.
And how old is his brother?
I have no clue, but I'll get to all that. But the thing with Adan is he ended up, because he's like, oh, I escaped the Matrix, same bullshit that Andrew Tate has been spewing this entire time. But like you have to be a contrarian to everybody, and he ended up getting banned from everywhere. So there's this new platform called Kick, and their terms of service are a lot like more lax than places. So this idiot streamed the whole Super Bowl. All right, I don't know if you guys know how big of a deal that is, but they try to sue you per view on there. So there's gonna be
crap.
yeah. So, and he was streaming to like 50,000 people, like he was streaming to a ton of people. So there's a massive lawsuit coming to that. It'll probably take down that whole network because they didn't do their job to stop stuff like this from happening.
But why would you do it? Like,
cause he went over there because they told him that he could do whatever he wanted to do.
wait, he streamed it where?
On Kick.
On that website called Kick.
No, but where was he at?
Like his house.
The Super Bowl was free.
The Super Bowl, yeah.
You tell me like a pay-per-view. People do it, right? But something free. What?
The thing is like to rebroadcast it, you have to get the rights to and be able to do that. But they didn't. They obviously Kick doesn't have that right. So
why?
what?
It's free, like that. That's my boggling.
He's on the contrarian mindset that I'm gonna do whatever I want.
What an idiot.
Okay, that it gets worse. All right, like I'm telling you, his audience is super young. So then this dude's like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. He's like, so he started. He's like, y'all want to watch some porn? All right.
What happened to the no porn?
That's what people are saying, that he's just losing it because his boyfriend's in jail.
Also
right?
free.
Yeah. So he starts looking it up, and then afterwards he's like, "Wait, how old are you guys?" And literally 14. I'm 16. He's like, "Oh, I'm not even old enough." Like he's like, "Oh shit," and he quickly just changes it. But it's late. Everybody fucking saw him do that.
That was also on Kick. Do you know?
Yeah, that was on Kick. Okay. So not only that, dude, every fucking parent can sue him now, because not only that, it's literally distributing porn to minors. This idiot's literally like imagine going from being like the top, like I think he was like 20 in the world, to destroying your whole career like this. And now, because of everything going on, I think he threatened this guy and got like a permanent ban from Twitch. So now there's no way in hell he can even come back to have a career whenever Kick goes down.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think this is half brother. He came out and he's like I never wanted to talk about this because like they try to stay out of the limelight because his brother's massive. He's all like, we don't want anything to like bother him, and he came to the point that he's all like, dude, I'm sick of seeing my dad upset. He's all like, he literally, ever since Andrew Tate came into his life, he's gone downhill. And it sucks because it just shows you the power of whenever you look up to someone, how far you're willing to go, And it's a really long thread, and it's sad, and that's the
and this thread, for those who are listening, it's a Twitter thread of his, who claims to be his half brother, explaining. I guess what they were going through and their parents with what the guy has. Yeah,
saying that he's like estranged from his parents. We don't have to read all that because, like, since the big gist of it is that he literally just got banned from.
It's hard. Like, people are looking for the next big score, right? And everybody wants to be famous. Until you're famous, and it's like, okay, what do you do? Like,
hit that subscribe button.
I bring it back to sports. Like, these people that make it professional, they're in college, like, the whole world is watching them. They have to take training on how to talk to the media. Like,
yeah,
I don't sympathize for those guys, but it's still like,
it's like, you don't need this.
Everybody's watching you, so you really have to be careful what you say. Like,
yeah, I think that's what his brother says. He's like, dude, you're at the top of the world. Why are you doing this? For fucking clout? For more attention? He's like, you're literally one of the biggest on the fucking platform. Why do you feel the need to go to this extent? And, well, this is what happens when you have fucking brain rot, man. And it sucks because he's young as hell, and he's going to... Luckily, hopefully, he took care of his money.
If he did, took care of his money.
Because
he doesn't spend it.
The NFL's going to sue them to... Like, they're going to take everything.
That's so dumb. Like,
it's free.
Do it a pay-per-view fight or something.
Do you think maybe
you have to pay like $80 to watch?
Maybe a lot of the viewers were watching it just because they were watching it with them? That's one. And the other one,
like his commentary.
It's because
maybe, but then the other one,
Twitch and stuff is the whole point is because it's a community.
Right.
He's able to respond to you on the spot. So yeah, they're there because of him.
Right. Another thing could also be if there are people from other countries, they might not stream it for free.
But see, when stuff like that happens, they don't show the video. You hear the broadcast, and he'll broadcast it and say, "Oh, he went 30 yards." Like, hey, you know what's funny about 30 yards? And do like a side story or whatever. But it's not showing.
That's someone who doesn't want to get sued.
Yeah.
Smart people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, like, there's like not an ounce of brain power was wasted trying to come up with a decision to broadcast it or not.
Y'all should have a segment like, obviously, the Breakfast Club has Donkey of the Day, but I feel like anybody can have that. Okay, how dumb can you really get?
I'm trying to. We're pitching like the name ideas right now because I like is it done for attention or are they just dumb? That's what I'm going with right now. I don't have a name for it yet, but if anybody comes up with something, because we have a folder about that today.
And man, I take it personally. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
like,
there's no defending it.
It pisses me off.
No defending it. And well, we have an update from Andrew Tate from the jail. Can you read this for us? But in your Tate voice.
How does he sound?
Sounds like SPM. He made a record while in jail.
Oh, well, no, he's trying to figure out how he talks.
So he has a phone and he's tweeting.
You want me to read him?
Start a little bit.
He's like, I was awakened last night to a nicey chill. You don't remember?
Just keep going.
You need a cigar. You need a cigar.
I don't have any more writing.
Pretend it's the cigar.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Dale.
He's all like, all right, I was awakened last night to a nicey chill, and I identified a ghost in my prison cell. He was terrified and begged me not to annihilate him. I sent him back to hell with a message for the rest of the demons. I'm always ready. This fucking idiot's losing it in jail, man. And I love the fact that
Was he trying to make it rhyme?
I don't know. It kind
The
of
first one
felt like
kind of
it
did,
was.
but not the second
It was
one.
a beautiful sonnet.
Sorry.
Dude, I love the fact that he was last month when he was supposed to, his time had like ran out because they're doing like monthly
Extended, right?
extensions. Yeah, he's like, I just got off the phone with my lawyers. We're about to get out or whatever. And then like immediately after, they're like, oh, we've extended it for another month.
Another month. Yeah, I saw that. One more month.
Yeah, and like all his fanboys are all like, oh, he's being framed. He's being framed. They're gonna have to let him out. And then if you would have read it, it was just the girls being like, oh, I'm lying to him. He thinks that I love him. And they're like, oh, you see that he lied. They lied. I'm like, it's not illegal to lie to sex traffickers. It's illegal to lie to the cops. But nobody read it. So yeah, fuck Andrew Tate.
I read this tweet, and there's a soccer player that also does. He has like really memorable quotes, and they put this guy like on a big pedestal. So have you ever seen the Chuck Norris, where it says like they'll put like a dumb remark like he once did this or he was like folklore. So there's a soccer player that does the same thing, and he puts like quotes like this, like I hooked my parents up together, or like the other one was like and it's always his name. His name is Zlatan, dude. So just look it up. Like his is so random, and I think his fans have bought into it.
What's
so
his name?
They start creating it. Zlatan.
Zlatan. A ver. Vamos a ver. Let's see. Look at this one. Oscar. On the
Can
spot.
you zoom in?
No,
Where?
I'll read it because I'm right here. Zlatan once took a lie detector test. The machine confessed everything. Rick. This is like an elementary. Like I pick a random
I'm
stick.
not gonna
it's
read, sorry.
popcorn.
Okay, now I'm here. I think the people in Paris will have something else to see besides the Mona Lisa. Damn. A female reporter joked that Zlatan was gay due to a photo of him hugging Piqué.
The guy who cheated on Shakira.
Well, I know, but I forgot how we established we were supposed to say his name. Zlatan's reply: "Come to my house and you'll see if I'm gay, and bring your." Oh, no, that's not. That's not it.
Oh, Daddy, why did you choose to read that one?
I don't know. I put funny, and that's what showed up. Cristiano Ronaldo calls it a challenge to go to a team already armed that has been winning the Series A. Serie A? Serie A.
Maybe you should like read them before you started reading them
How am I
out loud.
supposed to know what they say before I read them?
No, don't read them out loud. Just skim it real quick and know if
It's a long paragraph.
So he did one, and I think it was LeBron James sent him a jersey like, hey, like this is my jersey. And I think he signed it and sent it back to him. He sent it to him thinking that he wanted a signed autographed
You can just
jersey.
tell from his images that he has a good sense of humor.
What is it?
It's not funny.
He just like it just reminds me. Y'all remember Jaden Smith? Like all the crazy shit he used to tweet.
Yeah.
So it feels that way, just like, but instead it's just fans making like funny ones, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he does have some where
like some of the funny ones he came up with.
When he talks about himself, he talks about himself as a god.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty funny.
Okay. Yeah, he has a big ego.
Big
does.
ego.
All right, then. Well, let's go.
Let's
back.
see what we got. You want to talk about some anime?
Oh, look, I even numbered these. Oh, damn it, Tony's not here. So, Danny.
Save it?
Well, I mean, it's in the news. I mean,
Okay,
like
it's up to you.
the nerd sphere. Just click it. We can
All
just.
right.
It's really quick, but just because. So, there's a popular anime out right now called Black Clover, and it's being accused of ripping off Naruto. Which is, it's like literally all of them, they're like in the same genre. Everybody takes from each other. So like people don't really, would not care as much if it wasn't like so kind of obvious.
Okay.
You know, because I've read like the defenses and stuff, and I'm just like, it's not good enough. Okay. So, have you ever watched Naruto? Have you heard of Sasuke? No? You?
I live under a rock.
It's out of sauce? No, I don't know.
¿Con qué se come
You
eso?
never heard of Sasuke?
No, I know which one. The one, the one with the hair, the black one.
Okay, so Sasuke, like his line of his clan has like these special eyes that helps him like read people's moves. That's what they're famous for. That's why
He's not Sasuke clan.
No, I'm Velasco.
Even better.
Yeah. So the issue with this is that Naruto's super popular because a lot of the powers come from their eyes.
Mhm.
Okay, this guy is supposed to present his power, and it's the exact same thing that he can. He's like his right eye. I can see everything. Okay, basically the exact same thing.
Mhm.
And then you put the next one. It's literally like, you know, the Sharingan from. Can you Google Sharingan? It's just it's the eye thing again. It's like you could have used it in any way you wanted. Sharingan. No,
How do you
you put it in
spell
Sharingan.
How do you spell it?
The one
This one.
Oh, you can see it.
connect it, like put it together. But like but the one
But does he have a Glock like he does?
There's the Glock.
you can just put the second one. Why did you go with that one?
But was
You
it
know what?
his
Never
Glock?
mind. Bring
But
up
was it his
the other
Glock?
one. Bring up the other one.
But was it his
No,
Glock? Or did he tell Naruto, bring me my gun?
Yeah. What a great callback.
Yeah.
What a great callback. No, but that's a different level of the eye, so it doesn't even show the one we need.
That one.
This one, can you make it bigger?
Sure.
Yeah. So this is the issue. Okay. So clearly
I see it.
it's the 3 dots.
I see it.
The only thing, the other one has like a ton more dots. That's it. All right. It's on the eye is the same thing, and then they're all like, well, it comes from like this, like, you know, basically cultural stuff, because it's basically the yin and yang. Okay. And it's just split up.
I was gonna ask that.
Okay. So if you go back to the folder, of course I'm prepared, right? So these are just images from the anime, and that's how it looks animated. Okay. So somebody was all like, you know, before the nartards, you know, like the fucking audacity to come at people, pull up with rip-off allegations. Okay. They go there explaining the whole method, the
methodology. No?
myth.
Myth.
No, it's
The
myth.
myth.
Yeah,
Oh.
because I was trying to. I think I was leaning towards methodology,
Okay,
and I
okay.
think that's how you come up with your ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they present their examples, so you can click the next one. The next one are the examples, and I'm like, I don't know how dumb you might feel to think that this looks exactly the same as the other ones do. I was like, other than like the teardrop look, it's not the same thing.
Has this anime gone and said, "Oh, we were inspired by"?
No, but I'm pretty sure
'Cause
they,
you know
I'm pretty
that-
sure they
that
would say
happens
that.
often.
It's because the thing is, like, the creators aren't even like fighting. Everybody's just like, dude, they should sue. This is just people online, you know. It has nothing to do with the creators. It has nothing to do with the studios.
Just the fans.
You know,
on each
because I'm
side.
pretty sure if they came out and
But
said it was
sometimes
inspired,
sometimes they bring it up to the creator, and he has to publicly say,
Yeah,
like,
unfortunately,
we didn't rip them off,
he's
but
gonna
guess
have
what?
to.
They're
yeah.
an inspiration.
Well, as of right now, I didn't see that because I
Any
looked it
comments or
up before we came on here, and they haven't responded. But dude, inspired doesn't hurt either. I'll be like, obviously, it can be inspired. It still looks cool. I love Black Clover. I'm gonna watch Black Clover, but it's dumb for people to be all like, "Oh, this is not a ripoff. This is just from the same thing," when it's not the same thing.
Especially given how popular the
Naruto's
first
like one
show
of the
is
biggest
and
animes ever.
How long ago that came out?
Yeah,
What's like the Spy Kids and the Antman?
I have that too. We have a Marvel folder.
Yeah.
Let's go
Sorry,
talk about
I
that.
didn't
Yeah.
steal.
No, that's a good
I didn't
segue because
steal
we're
your-
done
your
with it.
thunder.
We're done with it.
Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Vamos a ver.
I don't know if I put them in order.
Don't look.
Okay, so
Which one?
well, you can show those two. But first, the middle one, that one. Remember last week I came on, I told you that there was no good photo of MODOK or whatever?
That's how he looks.
Yeah. So we finally got a good image of him. He looks freaking ridiculous, but he cracks me the fuck up.
Have you seen the Hulu?
What do you mean the Hulu?
He has like a show, doesn't he?
Him?
Hulu? Yeah.
Like the actor or like this
Oh, the
dude?
character.
MODOK?
Yeah, I think so.
Like an animated one?
I don't know, but I could have swore
He's
that they
very
had a
brand
show.
new. He just came out.
I know, but it's based on a character, right, in the Marvel Universe?
No, that's why I'm asking if it's animated because it's like a cartoon.
I think it is.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it.
No, fact check me on it.
Yeah, well, later. Yeah, so obviously people started memeing it. So you can go to the right. Oh no, I think that's your left. There we go.
Okay.
So somebody changed it to Modoff. mechanism organism designed only for family.
Moduff.
You know, we love family here, so
That's a good
I love this one. Yeah, yeah. There we go, family. Yeah. So people were oh, no, wait, let's before we get to the meme. All right, people were complaining about the effects in the previous movies, and they came out and they're like, "Yo, they made us prioritize Wakanda." So if you guys are crying about what you guys are seeing, blame that. So you know, that's a little defense for the Ant-Man movie, because I actually enjoyed the Ant-Man movie.
I haven't seen.
Do you agree with the critics of the effects?
Oh yeah. Well, just look at MODOK's face.
Well, I mean, I'm like, is that intended?
No, but he's supposed to be like a goofy character, right?
No, yeah. But it's just like there's a lot of stuff that obviously could have looked better. Everything's so vibrant, and like, unfortunately, whenever you make everything so pop, you know, people are gonna pay attention.
I think it's a dumb call to say we focused on this movie.
I agree,
because if there's movies that get pushed back on the release date a year, when you're like, how are y'all that behind? Which this movie doesn't release till 26 or 26. They're like, well, we're gonna move it to 28.
I wouldn't say that either, because like honestly, there's deadlines to things.
Yeah, but
right. So
but
for them to blame, like, okay, like you could have pushed it back another year.
Well,
no, they're not gonna push it back. They put out their map already.
But what I was gonna say, I think that's not a right thing to say. That's a thing I could go and tell my boss. Hey, boss, I couldn't deliver what you wanted because you had me focus on the other project. But to tell the people who are the consumer, hey, well, I was working on another project.
Yeah,
that's
shitty.
It's like if you're
it depends, because if I'm a studio hired by them.
Yeah.
And I don't work for them directly.
Sure.
That hurts my image. If I have to come out and explain myself,
it's shitty. It's shitty, but at the same time, it's like, okay,
hell, it's protecting your business.
You
if
can
this had nothing to do. If this had nothing to do with Marvel, and it's just random movies, then it's cool. But if all of this shit is supposed to be pieced into a bigger guideline, for you to blame it on another movie.
And here's another thing.
No, they're not blaming it on. If it's the exact same studio doing it, they made us prioritize these other movies, and they have the exact same deadline. You have every right to complain.
No, but
they're overworking them. They're not hiring more people.
Yeah, but your complaint should go to your boss, not to the people that consume your product. Like to me, I'm like, if I am that protective of my work,
agree with
me. Then I would say, you know what? I don't agree to making the second movie if you don't give me enough time, because I don't want my studio to look like we half-ass shit.
It gets pushed back. Movies get pushed back.
Or they can hire another studio.
You guys forget, this is fucking Disney. This is a mega corporation. They don't give a shit. They were gonna put it out if it still looked like crap, and they did.
Then don't say, hey, well, if we would have done.
They went home with the money.
With Black Panther, then I would have focused and gave you a better product.
They
have every right to say that as a studio who's contracted by it. Be like, look, you honestly think they wouldn't have asked for an extension if they couldn't?
Oscar, they have every right to say whatever they want. I think it looks bad on them to come out and say, hey guys,
I don't think so. Me knowing that it's a giant corporation is like, yeah, that makes sense.
No, actually, it's
for
the
them
opposite.
To say we fucked up.
That Marvel fucked up on that?
No, they said we fucked up because we emphasized on Black Panther, not this one.
No, right. We were told to prioritize this movie and didn't give us an extension for it. Is the difference?
Yeah, but
you're also burning your boss.
And who takes
that's on them? I'm pretty sure that's a calculated risk they had to take. You honestly think that these companies aren't like gonna think about their business first?
But that's what I'm saying though. Like they have the most money. They're like the biggest productions. I don't see how you can defend them and say, oh yeah, well they had to meet deadlines. Poor guys. Leave them alone. I'm like, no, you're the top of the world when it comes to making movies. You're the one who's supposed to be top of the crop in production. You can't come over here and say, oh, guys, because we were making the other one. If that's the case, then hire another studio. You focus on one and you focus on the other. Yeah. Or something like that. I'm not going to cut you slack.
Then that's on Disney. If you want stuff done correctly, don't overwork the one studio you're working with.
I'm pretty sure the vast majority of people who said, oh, man, the effects were bad, most of them thought, oh, Disney messed up, not the studio. Most people don't know the name of the studio. They think, oh, this was made by Disney. It's what carries the whole thing. It's a big brand, the name.
Yeah, I get that. But the thing is there also like whenever people are contracting people, you don't look like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go ask Disney. No, you go and ask the studio. That's the difference. Like people, whenever it comes time to who's gonna pay you, that's what matters.
But that's the thing. Like if you create art and someone says, hey, I want you to design something or create something, and you think with the time I have, I'm gonna design something that is gonna make me look as a creator wrong because I cannot deliver it in time. You have the option to say, sorry, I can't deliver those two.
Now, when there's
time.
contracts involved with big movies like this,
But you're signing up the contract.
yeah, your contract is done and it's told you to do it things at the time. Like he said, things either get moved or pushed around. What if this got fucked up in the shuffle and that's not on them?
That's okay, but I'm saying you can't expect the
And you can't expect my thing to look bad and me not speak up about
Okay,
it
you
when you
can.
made me change priorities.
You can, but you can't expect the customer to like
Dude,
be like, oh man, poor
Let me
guys.
ask you a different question. We can ramble about this all we want, but let me ask you the question: why prioritize Black Panther?
because it's a bigger movie.
It is a bigger movie.
It's obviously the bigger movie.
It is a bigger movie, but what sets up the next phase? What has the next main villain? Like this one does. Why would you prioritize this one?
Why
over
would
Black Panther?
Disney? Because Chadwick Boseman just died. All eyes are on the new Black Panther.
But this is for a couple years.
Exactly.
This sets up another phase of like 3 or 4 years.
Then Disney should have delayed it, right?
They should have done more prioritize over this one
who
over
makes
Black
the
Panther.
decision? Who makes the decision to delay it? The studio or Disney?
Even then,
That's all on Disney.
even then,
so
I
if
would
you
have
made me release,
I would have confessed and say
they made me
They fucked
release a
up.
subpar product where that wasn't completed because of greed. Because it's all money.
Yeah.
I get every right to be like,
Okay.
hey, my product wasn't 100% because of greed.
You don't
So would you
think the
say that
studio is
they're gonna
making
keep
money
using
though?
them?
Contractually, they have to.
Then they're also greedy because they could have said no. I don't want to deliver a half-assed product.
no. First
Yeah,
of all,
because
the
guess
law. No,
what?
no. You
My
cannot.
name
You
is the one
cannot
that's
just-
getting tarnished.
You can, and not
I'm
only
giving
that,
you a half-ass product. This shit is setting up to the next.
if you pull out,
phase.
if you pull out on the movie when everything's already in production, that also affects you.
No, I know.
There is no win for the studio.
Oscar, but
the
you-
only one who doesn't lose is Disney because you can be like, we're gonna protect the fucking mouse god. When instead they could have just delayed it, but instead they didn't. So now you have the studio
Wait,
who
but-
everybody's making fun
No,
of.
but Oscar, no one's blaming. I mean, I'm not blaming the studio wholeheartedly. I'm saying that you can't also just
we
going.
can't kiss the fucking ring. We have to kiss the ring. We
What
can't.
do you mean by kiss the ring?
Like we can't say anything wrong about our fucking overlords.
What if you lose the?
You can say whatever you want about your overlord. I'm saying you can't expect the public, the customer, to say, well, yeah, guys, you know, they went home with a big cache of money, but they couldn't make it better because the other guy who took a bigger cache of money, they couldn't lower the amount of cash they were going to take back. If I'm making something and I half-ass it because I can't make it better, that's all I can do.
They didn't
Right.
half-ass it, Danny. They were told to prioritize something else.
So
That's
you
where
half-ass
you're
the
wrong.
second.
It's
You're
not like you
wrong.
half-ass if you
You're
don't
wrong.
fucking do it.
You're
They
wrong.
have to when you prioritize certain
they were
elements-
told to prioritize, and they still have the same deadline. That's not on you.
No, it's
Whatever comes out is because they didn't give you an extension.
I'm not saying that it's only their fault. No one's saying that it's only their fault. You can say Disney also
Dude,
is their fault.
It's not AI making this. It's fucking human beings. Every fucking frame
But it's
takes so much fucking work.
Oscar, but these are human beings going home with like 150K a year. These are not people that just are getting paid the minimum wage. This is the top studio.
Yeah, you don't have fucking.
You can't just go and
Small
say,
people doing
like,
this shit,
oh,
that's
I
big
go home with
fish.
200K a year, and I'm so sorry, guys, I couldn't do better because
No
we
one-
had to do it quick.
No one is saying that they didn't have enough time because they did. They had enough time. When the contract was set, everything is set up correctly because you wouldn't sign the contract you couldn't fulfill. But then something happens, Chadwick Boseman dies, everything gets realigned, and now your deadline is shifted because of different circumstances. Your work
But obviously
is
they
not.
didn't shift- they
Your
didn't
work
shift the
is
deadline
being
much.
judged because they chose to release it early. That is not on you.
But it-
that
What-
is on the fucking corporation who hired you.
And
Right, and you're another
and you-
corporation.
and
You're
it's
another.
not-
no,
you
no.
have contracts and
Wait,
stuff.
wait.
What?
Wait, no, wait,
Use
no, no,
that
no.
as an excuse. It's fucked up to say,
It-
but
no, no,
hey,
it-
he
it's hap-
died. Push the shit back. He died. Our main
it's-
guy died. We don't want to recast this shit. He died. Move this shit back. This sets up the next villain. Prioritize this shit.
But they didn't.
I know.
So now,
That's a
why?
critique.
so now,
Why?
That's a
Why
critique,
go
though.
for that one?
what do you mean? Why not?
He died.
It's socially
Put
the
this
most.
shit back.
It made sense to prioritize Wakanda. The thing is, they should have just delayed the movie. They didn't want to do that. That is on the studio. That's not on the studio. That is on fucking Disney. Yeah. It's on the fucking mouse god. It's Disney's fault.
It is Disney's fault.
So me as a studio, I'm not gonna take that blame. I'm not gonna take that blame. That's not on me. I have every right to protect my business. Because like the next fucking like Warner Brothers wants to hire me, they're gonna be like, yo, did you see that shit that they came out with? No, come on.
No, but but you said there was a contract though. You know what the deadlines are. If they make you change your priorities, if it's on a contract, that means you have to readjust the contract.
First of all, I'm pretty sure Disney. I'm pretty sure
a quote that says, "Okay, you make me change this." Then all of a sudden, this doesn't come into effect.
No, the thing is, the movie is done. The difference is how good the CGI is.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, they're prioritizing what to half-ass.
Yeah, so they chose to half-ass the CGI. Okay, and that is their fucking bread and butter. That is what they get paid for. That's their job. Okay, so you cut into that, and you said it was sufficient enough to go out. But they fulfilled their contract regardless.
But Oscar, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying because I said you can go and complain to your boss. Basically to Disney.
You're just saying,
wait, let me finish.
Who they went to the internet and still going to their boss. Who said they didn't go to their boss?
I didn't say they didn't. I'm saying as a customer, you can't expect me to be like, oh, yeah, poor guys. Let's just go watch it anyway.
It's just you're talking to the wrong person. I'm not the type that's like, oh, we can't like demand more from our jobs. There's people who are literally like, you can't say that. What if like your boss gets mad? I'm like, dude, I work for them. They don't own me.
No, they don't own you. That's what I'm saying. You could say no, and you can say, I don't want to make this movie if it's not going to be under my terms, because you're going to affect my look.
Yeah.
Like for me,
tarnishing my.
For me, if they want to complain about Disney, go for it. If they want to go tell Warner Brothers, this is why this movie came out this way. Here's how the contract was. This is what they said.
But you forget it goes out to online stuff, and that still tarnishes your fucking studio.
Yeah, but they made Wakanda Forever, right? So that movie
wasn't good. Nobody was raving about it either.
People didn't like Wakanda Forever.
It wasn't all that. It wasn't all that.
All right, but it was a big hit though
because of Chadwick Boseman's passing.
There you go. But it was
and
a big hit.
because it's fucking Marvel and Disney.
What was wrong with the movie?
It just wasn't. It wasn't
as far as you could. I don't know, but
as far as people say, like the storyline is not as compelling as everything else.
But as far as the studio goes, what could you say? Oh, it wasn't good, and this is the studio's fault. Because I don't think they come up with the writing of it.
No, they don't.
Right. So the studio they deliver. The effects were fine. So they can say, look, I delivered. Of course they delivered.
That's the one they prioritized.
Exactly. So now they couldn't deliver the second one. And you go to the audience and say, hey.
It's not that they couldn't deliver. They were told to not focus on it. That's not delivering, Danny.
Yeah.
That's putting the blame on the studio.
That's not delivering.
Now, when the person paying you says it's okay to not deliver, then
no, I know you can complain to the person paying you.
What?
But to my customer,
still say, are you fucking kidding me?
I think regardless, anything Disney touches, people are gonna consume it.
No, of course.
It could be shitty.
No,
it could be this.
But you
and guess what? We're still
Danny,
gonna watch it.
You can't say they didn't deliver when they were told not to deliver. That's not on them. That is not on them. You're at the end of the day, your statement still puts the blame on the studio.
It's not just the studio. I said it puts blame on...
No, there is no just not the studio. The boss told you, don't do it at 100.
Right?
And that is not on the fucking studio. That's like, where like, dude, like, cut corners on the construction. All right? You're like, but sir, I have to do everything correctly. Cut corners on it. I'm paying you.
And if he cuts corners, he can get legally affected because he, as an architect, he cannot cut corners. Now, obviously, this is entertainment. You're not gonna hurt no one from graphics, but he can't just.
The analogy said that the house is still gonna stand.
There's still
the house is still gonna stand.
There's still a contract that says, if I feel that you're not doing my shit, I can pull out of this contract. I can leave this job, and somebody else can take over this shit. It's different because there's safety being involved, but it's still like there's contracts. I'm pretty sure that them delaying it or them postponing it or a change, there's got to be some kind of clause in their contract that says if anything happens, if X, Y, Z happens, then it's a fucking chain effect and now you got to go to subcontract, whatever. There's something in there. What I'm getting at is like, dude, this guy died. I know you're trying to emphasize on it because you're trying to catch a wave, but you can use that as an excuse. You can push this shit another year because guess what? I know you're riding the wave. He just died. When did he die?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Regardless, it was his movie. They do part 2. You still have to give a shout out to him because he's the original. Use that fucking excuse. Disney doesn't give a fuck because at the end of the day, whatever they touch, people are going to watch. They should have used that shit to postpone it because your whole story changed.
It's just my thing is
your whole story changed.
It's just, to me, it's like excusing something like that. They're making so much money to give the excuse. It just sets precedent. Like, oh, now I can just say, well, it's because the other.
Fuck it.
Like,
even if
there
that was,
is no precedent. There is no precedent because the next company is not gonna be like, yo, my boss told me not to do it. Like, no, there will be sued to oblivion. That doesn't matter. They literally obviously all these things have to be taken into consideration when speaking up against Disney.
For me, if that was the case, doesn't fucking matter.
No,
what does it matter if you go in public and saying this shit? Am I gonna get self-pity for
the studio? I'm not.
I'm not. Like you said,
if they make another movie,
deadlines are fucking deadlines. If you didn't fucking meet it, you didn't fucking meet it.
That's where you're wrong. You're wrong. They had the time for it. The other studio was told to speed it up to release the Wakanda Forever first. It's not that they didn't have enough time. It's because they were forced to change direction.
No, but all of that is in contract.
That's like being two different jobs. You tell your boss, hey, you know what? I didn't do a good job on this one because you told me to focus on this one. You still have to fucking perform at a high level on both jobs because at the end of the day, it's your job.
It speaks of you. It's your
dude,
image.
You guys literally are talking about these things like they're not fucking human beings, dude. Honestly,
Oscar, but they're making movies, bro.
Right now, no. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It's a fucking job.
It's like if I say...
It's a fucking job.
I know, but it's like if I say the Disney owners, they're fucking humans too. They're all humans. So we pick one human over another. They're all going home with a big check. This is like... You're judging the biggest studios. This is not some indie film like he was saying earlier.
It's the biggest... It's the fucking highest that there is.
So, money aside, it's still a corporation telling the studio, hey, change directions for now. I want this first. This movie's still going to come out at the same time. But you have to finish this one first. So, all right? It changes everything. They made them change it. No one fucking did it because they couldn't deliver. You guys are fucking wrong for saying that they couldn't deliver.
They couldn't
They were
deliver.
told not to.
They couldn't because they had to focus on two movies at once.
Fucking God.
If I tell you,
would have been
if I tell you,
if fucking Chadwick Boseman didn't die.
Yeah,
it would have been different. Circumstances changed.
Right.
No one writes what if Chadwick Boseman dies into the contracts.
Right.
But there is some kind of clause.
There are. It's because all of this is in contract, Oscar. If something happens and that leads to change of contract, you have to go back into the sitting room and say, "What are we changing?"
That's why they released this movie. That's why it was still released when it wasn't completed.
Right.
That's why Disney chose to release an uncompleted project.
Right.
Because they wanted to release it.
Okay. And no one's saying Disney doesn't take any blame for it. I'm not saying Disney's like, they're not like anything. But I'm saying you as a studio, you can complain to all the other people that are going to hire you and give excuses. But I cannot create a product and then tell the customer who paid for the product, hey, I'm sorry, but it's because I was working on another project and I couldn't do...
That's not how it would go. It would go, hey, man, you made me delay this project for the other project. If we can't have an extension, don't say it's on me. It's on you. You made me change projects.
No, but
it's like, Ricardo,
okay, but
I give you 2 projects, but you're working on one right now. All right? You still have to finish the same one and finish this one. Things are mapped out for a reason. They give you enough time to do it. If the freaking director tells you, hey, change course, you should be able to extend the time. But they didn't let them do that. That is not the studio's fault.
No, but
it's not that hard to fucking follow. You can't be all like, they have to work double time, triple time, quadruple time because Disney told them to change it.
I'm saying you can say, I'm not doing that. Because that puts my image like that.
They had contracts signed already.
When the timelines change,
if you already started working, I'm pretty sure they're like, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna see it through.
Yeah, but the contract. Whenever there's a change to the deadlines, the contract needs to be revised. If they would have back out,
I'm pretty sure Disney would have sued them.
No, you can't because
yes, they can.
Here in Texas, there's a clause or clause in our contract that says any kind of natural disaster or whatever. It doesn't say a hurricane. It doesn't say a snow day. It doesn't say a freeze that like we had last year where Ted Williams went or he went over there to Cancun or whatever.
Ted
Williams?
Why did I say Ted
Ted
Williams?
Cruz.
Ted Cruz. So there's contracts. There's clauses. It doesn't say specifically, okay, if your main actor dies, you get another year extension. But there's some kind of wording. That's why lawyers are there. That's why contracts are there. That says, okay, if XYZ happens, then you can postpone it. Or like Danny says, I'm not going to tarnish my name. Why am I going to give you a half-assed product if I can't deliver?
Because they would be sued under the fucking
No, that's why
water.
the contract
That's what
is
the
there.
clause is for.
That's what the contract is. That's what the
No,
clause.
no,
it's not going to
look,
say.
of
If
course, look.
if your main character, if Black Panther dies, you get another 2 years. But it says something.
No, you're talking about like completely backing out. With this one, like I'm pretty sure there's no backing out for time constraints.
Because it
'cause
depends
they
on
will
the
get
contract.
sued for that.
It's on the contract.
They will
though.
get sued
Each
for that.
contract is different.
This is fucking Disney. We can pretty much speculate like what are the obvious ones
You
on
can.
it. Yes, you can. There's fucking status quos on everything. There's like if you can't deliver on something and you back out, you can get sued because there's timelines.
But then you
there's
accept
so
that
much
contract.
money.
Yeah, but you're accepting that. So if the clause said,
Danny,
it-
the movie still went out. That's where your argument loses all
No,
water.
but that's why
they
there's-
put it out.
but there is a contract. That's what you're
They
forgetting.
put it. Yeah, exactly. Because of the contract, they still put it out.
No, but the contract
So
would
do
have.
y'all see? If this was a half-ass thing, have y'all ever seen Disney sue a studio because they gave a half-ass product? They don't give a shit. They're still people eat this shit.
Exactly. No, the issue is not that they weren't incomplete or not. They were gonna put it out. It was undeniable. It was gonna come out because they have timelines to set. Because they have movies lined up. They have to hire everybody in advance. Everything is set in fucking motion. If they were to back out, they get sued. It's undeniable. That one, it's a no brainer. All right.
It depends on what's the contract.
Now, there's
says.
no way in hell they wouldn't get sued.
No, it depends what the
Especially-
contract
they-
says.
they would get sued.
It depends what's on the
It's
contract.
Disney,
though.
dude.
You'd be surprised.
It's Disney.
It
They
doesn't
would
mean that they fucking dictate this shit.
Yes,
Both
they
people-
do.
there's two
Disney
different-
owns like 70% of the media.
There's two different people fucking fighting. This guy is gonna fight for his cause. This guy is gonna fight for his cause.
A little studio will run out
It
of
doesn't
money
matter.
before. Yes, it does. It does.
Why
It
would-
does. Because stuff has happened before. Like, people who have more money keep lawsuits going longer than you can afford to keep lawyers up. That's a known thing.
But if the contract is there,
That's why the contract's there to
There's a
protect you.
thing.
That's the reason the movie
There's a
still
thing
went out.
called
'Cause they accepted it.
CYA.
So like,
Cover
mira,
your ass.
Mira.
I'm not gonna sign something to just give you all of my fucking studio and say, hey, well, whatever. Contracts are there for a reason. Lawyers, it's not somebody fucking AI saying, write me a contract. No, there's a fucking, there is
They
a
are
law
doing that now.
team.
They are doing that now.
well, yeah, but not.
They do it.
They're doing that now.
Yeah, but
They
not
deserve
them.
to fucking put
Yeah,
Murdoch like that.
they passed the bar.
They shouldn't even put Murdoch. They should have just put George Lopez from Spy Kids.
Oh, you
mean
mean
this one?
like this guy? Wrong way.
What difference would have been?
Dude, I like this tweet because it's like, what the hell are these kind of characters called? What would you call them? Faces?
A man in a jar. I don't know.
No, because then you the Humpty Dumpty,
Yeah.
like the whole head.
I
Characters.
don't know. I don't want to offend anybody.
What the hell are you gonna say?
I don't want to offend AI. I don't want to offend vehicles, airplanes, like that community.
On to the next topic.
Oh my god. So, remember how I told you there's like a segment about like, is it for attention? Are they really this dumb?
I feel like I'm gonna get pissed off in this segment.
Well,
More?
Well, this
I didn't get pissed
one
off.
actually has to do with like a famous actor. He just played Elvis, and now he claims that his voice is stuck that way. Now he just talks like this, and he has like airy draw to his voice now. So look, let's
So
hear.
is he
him.
suing?
No,
He's just saying that.
just shut up.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that it came out.
So this is how you used
it's
to
cool
talk.
to see it all spliced together. I'd seen it before, and it was all in pieces and stuff. But now I loved it. Yeah.
It was the most intimidating thing I've ever done, and I think that's kind of the thing that called me to it as well, because I sort of try to use fear as a compass in that way. It usually is where your soul is calling you to go. So I knew there was many things in myself I'd have to explore, and it definitely changed me as a person. So I'm grateful.
Right, next one. Next
It changed him
example.
as a person. Let's see.
You know, I don't think I sound like him still.
Fuck you.
I guess I must, because I hear it a lot. I think, you know, I often liken it to when somebody lives in another country for a long time, and I had 3 years where that was my only focus in life, so I'm sure that there's just pieces of my DNA that will always be linked in that way.
Shut up, bitch!
Dude.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, that was next thing, you guys. Dude, this motherfucker was going on everywhere saying like, I don't hear it. This is just my natural voice. He's a hound dog. It's just, do you buy it?
Wait, so who's he? Because we don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
He's an actor. He played
Okay.
Elvis.
He
He's
played
literally
Elvis.
like one of the biggest movies last year.
Okay, there you
Right? His name was on the thing.
Yeah.
I forgot what the fuck his
Yeah,
name was.
Ted William.
No.
Hey, she laughed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my mission. Okay.
But the back. Let's see what's his name.
His name was something. What was his name? It was right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really.
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler.
Yeah. So Rick, what do you think, man? Do you think he's Elvis now?
Maybe he doesn't hear it.
That's fucking bullshit.
Maybe he doesn't hear it, but there's countless actors that they fall into this shit, and they're so involved in that character. There's a documentary, the fucking Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, and everyone says it's just straight up bullshit.
I don't know.
It's fucking bullshit, man.
Okay, so you think all of this is bullshit?
It's fucking bullshit. There's no way in hell. Because now, after being called out after a while,
You know what
I think
you're
this is
talking
most.
about, though?
Yeah. The Andy.
Yeah, and that guy was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
They said while he was doing the documentary over another character that he was a fucking
Yeah,
he
it's
was
just like
an
whenever
asshole. He had a
Jared Leto
fucking-
was doing the Joker, he was sending people dead rats and fucking
I see
Cupfield. Really? Dude, it was a Joker for like 30 minutes.
Look,
Come on,
look,
man.
Look. I'll give you the perfect example. My friend, one of the gurus, Unqualified Gurus,
Shut the fuck up. I know where this is going.
he did an Andrew Tate imitation, right? Since that day, he's been a fucking asshole. he's I don't know why. He's a fucking asshole.
I got lost in the character.
Yeah, he stayed.
He's like,
he's
I thought you movies. Take that paycheck.
Yeah.
This guy still thinks he's fucking Andrew Tate, and he just fucking throws insults. I saw him fight his dad right now.
Fist fight.
Daddy's laughing because he knows he became Andrew
He kicked the
Tate.
dog. Nah, he didn't kick the dog.
What
He
the
didn't
fuck?
kick
No,
the
that
dog.
was me. And that was the day of the wedding.
Yeah, like he didn't kick. No one kicked no dog.
Dude,
We don't need Peter after
Dude,
this. We'll save that story for another day.
Dude, this is fucking bullshit. Like
I'm in the middle.
It's fucking bullshit, man. Especially like the whole thing. Like I don't hear it at all. It's just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
What about fuck this episode
You don't think he
needs to
watches?
be called the Joker?
You don't
keep
think
bringing up the Joker.
You don't
What about
think
the
you don't
Joker?
think he watches his interviews?
What about the Joker?
No, wait, hold on.
What
You
about
don't
the
think he
Joker?
watches the interviews?
That's fine. What about
No,
the Joker?
wait, listen to this. After he hears it back, can he honestly say he doesn't hear it? You gotta be fucking stupid when you start talking like literally like old timey, and then you be like, I don't hear it at all.
Look, I think
What do you think about the Joker?
the one the one from the Dark Knight.
Yeah. What about him?
What about him? He was depressed ahead of time.
Yeah, no. I mean, he took that fucking character, and that character was depressing. That was a depressing ass role.
No, it's not.
No?
No, no, dude. Look,
There's no good in this world.
the
Right?
whole
The movie was there's no good in this world, right?
no, it's more like
that sounds fucking
more like
depressing.
it takes a bad day to turn you into a bad person.
Wait, which Joker are you talking about? Are you
He's
talking
talking
about?
about Heath Ledger.
That one. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Well, but I think it's not just for preparing for the role. I think he wanted to be like the Joker, right? Like he wanted to not in real life, obviously, but like he would try and like imitate him so much.
You have to get yourself into character.
I think
Hey,
it's possible.
Look, give it a couple years, and that voice that he's doing, he's gonna lose it. He's just so
Couple years, he
invested.
lost it already. Like last week, he literally just went on and it's gone. That's the
what I'm
reason I
saying.
brought
He
it
was
up.
invested at that moment.
No, dude. Literally, he got called out
no,
and
I
made
think-
fun of and ridiculed. And immediately after, he's like, "Hey, you guys, I'm back. Where's your southern draw, you dumb bitch?"
Espérate, no te enojes. No, I think.
That's that Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I know. That was my point.
Okay. No, what I was gonna say is,
That's not his point.
I think it's possible that as he was preparing for the movie, he caught the voice. You have to imitate it. I do think he was aware, though. I don't think he was like, I'm not aware of it. But also at the same time, if I'm trying to do some character of history and I have to like imitate them so much that I even pick up their voice,
Their accent
and
it's like
everything. But let's say I'm getting an interview and I just kept a lot of their movements and stuff, and people are like, "Did you keep that?" I would be like, "No, I'll have fun with it. I'm gonna have fun with it on the interviews, just for fun." I don't know the guy though. I don't know if he's an asshole or a good person. He's just having fun. I would have fun though with it. I'll be like,
Ricardo,
he's a piece of shit.
hey,
Because his girlfriend who, was Vanessa Hudgens, and she's like, "Oh, you should audition for Elvis." And then after, like, you know, he treated her like shit. They broke up and everything. And then afterwards, like, he like completely wiped her out of the history of it. He's like, "Yeah, some friend told me to audition for," and everybody already knew the story. So everyone was all like, "Bro, we know it was Vanessa Hudgens who told you to do this." And he had to come back and be like, he's like, "Yeah, it was my friend Vanessa Hudgens." Yeah, he's a fucking idiot, man. Dude, like the dude, like, honestly, the thing that pisses me off the most is being like, "Oh, like, I don't hear it at all." Like, oh, and like, doing like everything, like calling people hound dogs and shit, you know?
Ricardo, the sports guru. There is an American that went to go play in Italy,
Yeah.
and he got called for a foul, and the ref was like, "Oh, foul," and he's like, "Puta madre." He started doing these fucking sign languages.
It's not the same thing.
Why?
Because he was like, "Let's go."
What do you mean that's a foul? Hey, you get invested in this shit.
Dude, it's not the same.
Look,
ademanes are different because literally it's just emphasizes your thing, especially when you can't really talk to someone. On a sport thing, it makes more sense that you throw up fucking hand gestures.
But there's some characters where they have a fucking accent for the movie, and there's some words that fucking stick, and you're like, "What the fuck? That's not your accent. Why are you being that way?" But hey, they just fucking pick it up.
I think he picked it up, but I think he knows though. I don't think he's not unaware of it. Like, you can't just be like, "I'm not unaware of my voice change."
I think
maybe at first
I think
you could.
there's a lag time, and then you regroup and you realize that you're an actor and not the fucking character. I'm giving you the example that Jim Carrey, he was an asshole, and he said he had to like just fucking like just calm down and fucking realize he was Jim Carrey and not this fucking guy that was an asshole.
Which character was it? Do you remember?
Just Google Jim Carrey and put Andy something. Andy
It's on Netflix, and I really thought that it was good. It was different.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman, yeah.
Jim and Andy, the Great Beyond.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
And he was crazy. Like, that comedian was fucking crazy. Like, he would say stupid shit. Like, he was a comedian, and he knew that it wasn't just about saying jokes. Like, his comedy was like different. So whenever you play his character in the movie, it's just different. Like, you do fucking random things, like things that they had family members that were there for the movie, that family members of the actor he portrayed, that was like, fuck, I looked at this guy and I got closure because I felt that was him.
It's almost like they casted him for it, right?
Jim Carrey Jim Carrey hugged him.
Jim Carrey
hugged him, and they like had their conversation or whatever, but you eventually have to like just fucking wind down, you know, like, hey, he played this shit. I don't know if it took him a year, it took him a month, an interview, 2 interviews. Like, you still got to just, like, let it go. And obviously that actor didn't let it go. He still had the...
Look, the difference with the extreme that Jim Carrey did, he was literally saying that he was Andy Kaufman. He was saying that it was a whole new personality that had formed, and nobody fucking believes it. No fucking like psychologist ever believed any of this bullshit.
But maybe he did it for him.
He's selling a fucking movie.
I know, but maybe he
That's
did it for him.
the thing that we have to remember. They're actors, and like it's a good thing that the people found closure, because that is a nice thing. But at the end of the day,
are you an actor?
Am I an actor?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking top G. What the fuck do you mean? You know,
You can't
As in imitate anybody.
yeah, you can't speak.
I'm top
You're an actor
guru.
'cause you're not an actor.
Look, I'm just saying. All right, with the thing you're like, they're like that. He looks like he was literally casted for the part. Right? They made sure that they found someone who looked and acted like him. All right, that's the whole point of casting directors. All right. So the thing with this other guy, like I think, like you're right. Look, let's say
Did he do a good job? Did you say? Did he do a good job as Elvis?
I don't
Do we
care
know?
for that. I don't watch movies about fucking sexual predators. Like he was a fucking groomer. Like everybody knows Elvis Presley is a fucking disgusting pedophile, but people still glorify him because they like his music.
Why do they call him groomer? I take my dog to the groomer.
It's because grooming also means like raising. So like he met her when she was like
It was a
14,
joke.
and like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look, it's fucking like literally all your old heroes were all pedophiles, and it's sad because whenever I look back and like a bunch of Mexican stars are the exact same thing, and it's just disgusting. But we got to stop fucking glorifying these people. I didn't give a shit about the Elvis movie. It was all about him getting screwed over by his manager, which was like, ha, you fucking pedophile. I'm not that. I don't care. All right. So the thing, look, let's say like he needed time to decompress for the accent thing. Okay, let's say that that's real. All right. But you're seeing yourself on interviews night after night after night because you're promoting the movie. All right. You're gonna fucking tell me you're like, oh, let me hear my fucking accent, you guys. It's unreal. It completely shatters that entire illusion that he's trying to build.
What about that actor that did the Netflix? What is it? Jeffrey Dahmer?
Are we supposed to worry that he's gonna eat people?
No. But didn't he feel like he was like at a really dark place? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a little different because the visuals that they used on that show was actually really, really graphic.
He's an actor. He's an actor. That's what he said.
No,
right?
no, that's not.
You get cast for those roles.
That's not the same as seeing decomposed body parts for fucking images. What the fuck are you talking about? How is that the same thing?
I guess it's
visibly seeing people who died and learning stories about people who actually died.
This guy was crazy.
How is that the same thing? How is that the same thing? No, equate it. Make it make sense for your you know? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page now.
We are on the same page.
I lost the page.
Look, I'm just saying, all right, look, for things to seem a little more believable,
That's
it's just
Andrew Tate and him talking.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to go to Romania, Oscar? Be honest.
No.
Be honest. He's not going to LA. He's going to Romania.
Look, first of all, he went to Romania because he's like, oh, you can rape someone and get away with it. And he's in fucking jail, so clearly the cops are not as good.
You're going to Dodger Stadium, right?
I don't know. I'm not.
Are you going to stream the World Series?
I'm kidding. Like, I'm just saying, I don't buy it. I think he's full of shit. I think most people who claim that they get lost in their character are full of shit because they're selling an act.
Oh, wait, did he say he got lost in the character? He's not lost. He didn't say he got lost in the character. He
literally said, I think they'll forever be a part of Elvis in me.
the DNA part, right.
In my DNA.
Well, there might be, though, because he acted it. Now he's a
No, he wasn't a 14-year-old girl. Oh, my God. We're on the same page.
You're like, yeah, he's Elvis now. You flip the coin.
Wasn't the guy that did Freddie Mercury from Queen? Did he like keep the grill or whatever, or like the mouthpiece? That
I think he already had extra teeth. I think that's why he was perfect for the role.
I thought my sister said that he carried or something with him, or was it the mouthpiece, or there was something that he would carry. Like his role was already over, but he just like, all right, this is
that's more of a sentimental piece. I think that was like his first gigantic role.
If you were to act like Oscar for 3 years and you prepare for him, what do you think would you take from him?
He would end up being Andrew Tate too, because that's what we're at.
Put a bullet in my head. Who would want to be? Who would want to live Oscar's life? Who would want to live Oscar's life?
God damn!
I would hold that puchita next to my side. Everywhere I go, take my puchita.
Like Yudi, no, I'm not giving it to you.
Yudi, I think it's time for you to take your husband.
Yeah. And I'm sorry you married him.
Oh, by the way, for those listeners, his wife is here. We didn't say that on this episode.
Oh, we didn't?
But she's here.
She's still waiting for us to go eat burgers.
Oh.
If you don't know what that means, go check out the last episode.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this segment has to conclude with, is he an idiot or is it for clout? So those are your only two options, unfortunately.
It's for clout.
It's for clout.
It's for clout.
It's clout. I agree. It's fucking clout.
It's for clout.
Yeah, fuck this guy. We need a good name for that segment. If you come up with anything, let me know. Let's ask ChatGPT. Yeah, we still got like 5 minutes.
Mr. ChatGPT now.
What if it's a Mrs.?
Oh yeah, you're right. Can you give us a recommendations for a podcast? Name recommendations
for a second.
Hold on. For a podcast segment where we
Debate
debate whether a popular clip
or whether a character is doing something for attention or
a person, no? A person.
Yeah.
Person is doing something for attention or they really believe it. Vámonos. ChatGPT on the house again.
ChatGPT is gonna sue us for copyright infringement. No?
Just say
We're making you think, certainly. Here are some name recommendations for your
I guess we're about to pick a name.
podcast segment.
Oscar, the day of or life of Oscar, aka Andrew Tate. Your
Are you
autobiography.
trying to fight with me or something? I got Danny here. He'll kick your ass. We're on good terms now, bro.
Okay. Attention or authenticity? It's kind of
that-
hard to say quick.
Yeah,
Like, here's the
attention.
segment. No, too much. Genuine or grandstanding? I feel like it's the same. Truth or trickery? It's not terrible. I mean,
But
better than the first
it's-
two.
okay,
It's still not good.
okay,
But it's
okay.
still not good. Fakery or sincerity? Sincerity is such a nice word. It won't go with it. Showmanship or sincerity? You like sincerity. Perception or reality? Nobody know what reality is. So that might be
We
not a
keep
bad one.
asking everyone.
Performance or principle? Act or actual?
That one's easy.
That's not
But
too bad.
it
It's
doesn't
kind of
have- it
hard to
doesn't ring
say.
as good,
Yeah,
though.
that. Front or faithful? Genuine or gimmick?
Like re-roll.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, me neither.
I think you
Generate
need-
response.
I think you need to ask your followers to comment.
We do, but they don't comment.
Yeah, they don't fucking.
If you don't leave a comment on this video, we're gonna unsubscribe you. Let's not. At the same. Genuine or performative? Real or for show? True believer or attention seeker? Not too bad,
That's
but it's kind of long.
Super descriptive of
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Authenticity check.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad. Can we use a different word that's not authenticity? Because I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce that at some
Well,
point.
reality check. But no one knows what reality is.
That's what makes it more.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that one so
Reality
far.
check.
Reality check. The attention debate. Brief versus performance. Authentic or acting. True or self or seeking approval. Oh, sorry. Truth to self or seeking approval. Authenticity analysis. Okay, I have another one. Let me.
What do y'all think about reality check?
You should call it for real
For fakes?
or for play.
Make it comical.
For real or for play? I like that. Truth or daredevil?
So these are with some comedy added to it, apparently. Attention hog or sincere frog.
okay.
That's like a kid's
They
thing.
delivered though.
Truth or daredevil.
We love Daredevil here.
Yeah. Are you kidding me or are you for real? Nah. Sounds like a card game. Attention deficit or authentic mystic. Genuine genius or attention thief. And believe it or bullshit. Bullshit check? No. I like the one better. Is that for real or just for show? Faking
for
it,
play?
faking it, or
I
taking
really
it
like
seriously?
mine for play.
For play?
For play. Is this guy legit or just full of it? Real deal or fake appeal?
I like that last one too.
Which one?
Ray deal or fake appeal?
Well, it rings better. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards reality check.
Me too.
Yeah, but
See?
Rick doesn't like that one.
I like the for play.
For play. For realsies or for play.
For realsy.
Well, if you guys have a better one, let us know in the comments. But this has been the Unqualified Gurus podcast.
If you guys missed us arguing, you just got
It's been a
some
while.
today.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a
Look
while.
what Rick does to me. He always brings out the worst in me.
You need to come back more often.
Well, he wants to break the record.
Oh,
so.
he does. And
I'm coming for you, Eric.
the next time you come, you get your loteria card.
El engrasa vergas.
Do we have plans for money?
And you have to bring your curfew.
Well,
remember that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a beer fund in the bio. We have all our socials in the bio. Ricardo, thank you for joining us once again. Yuri, thank you for sitting through this. Hopefully you get a burger after this.
This is true. You gotta feed her.
Well, Rick, look at your camera and lead us out.
Peace.
Out.